Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this latest narration of the web series Accidentally Adopted. If you're new to the series, there is a playlist listed down below in the description, and as always, I hope that you enjoy. Part 5, Chapter 6, We Sing. Journal Entry 46, Date 191. Name Greg George. The We Sing was wrong on the inside. She was more like a Wendy, just Reaver-sized. I inspected my platoon of troopers, but the platoon was just the bigs that I've been training repeated over and over, plus Linus. In the dream, it felt normal. I ordered them to fall in, and they loaded up into the boarding torpedoes. Then I watched Linus get sealed up into the second last one. Then we were fired at a grub ship. I woke up in a cold sweat again and managed not to cry out. The thought that it should be right and proper to put Linus into a boarding torpedo had me trembling in terror. Listen, subconscious, he's 5. I know that we had to grow up early, but you really don't have to prepare me to command him in combat. We have time for him to grow up like normal. Although, I do wonder about birthdays. It seems to me that the ship could do with a party, and if none of the crew or their kids are having a birthday, I don't see why the 51 extra dudes couldn't have one, at least close. If they don't, I'll just order them to pick out a birthday boy anyway. If I'm feeling rattled, then the rest of the ship is probably feeling it too. Anyway, we spent today at anchor so that Pops and Uncle could try and get a read on whether there are any pirate traps. I have a notion of what we should do if he finds them. As to that, the sergeants came by the armory to file their proposed schedule, which looked somewhat sensible to me. However, we're going to have to postpone the order. I want a full alert all today, and at least 4 teams on patrol at any given time. I don't know what the enemy's capabilities are, and I'm not willing to count on our detection hardware's infallibility. The Joy got caught somehow. She was lightly pulled from hyperspace, said the girl sergeant, which indicates that they have the ability to hide their traps from in hyperspace detection at least. Furthermore, there is the possibility that the escape pod was bait. I had the same thought. The third one, who I was thinking of as the other guy, murmured, "Make sure your boys are well rested, and tell them it's fine to chat with our crew while on duty. Just walk and talk." "Aye, sir. Now, I have a notion that you guys wouldn't like the idea of these pirates just going around orphaning children, enslaving people, and murdering ships." "Aye, sir." The 3 of them almost spat at me. "So, I'm going to suggest that we sail right into the trap if we detect it, and I'll assemble my defense squad while you guys counterboard." "That sounds like an excellent notion to me," Bob said coldly. "Is there anything you needed from me?" I asked. "No, sir," Bob said. "We'll finalize the plan if we have the time. In the meantime, I'll have my squad on standby for counterboarding operation." "In that case, order your men to wear their vacuum armor." "Don't you think that's The crew's vacuum suits are at the ready, and so are the children's. The conscience orphans' accounts haven't been all that clear, but I think that the threat of a hull breach was a part of the pirates' plan." Girl sergeant looked a little sick when she said, "Aye, sir." "Dismissed." After that, I collected Linus and Lucy and went to the infirmary with some gifts, stuffed Sneaky's Mark II, and some blank sanity journals. Well, really, they were just notebooks I managed to scrounge up from storage. But the various styles and sizes made them more personal. At least, I think they did. Now, it was not like I planned to arrive just when both of the teenagers regained consciousness. But for some reason, Scrubs 2 praised the healing power of cuteness. Well, really, they were just overblowing it because it's not like they woke up when I stepped in the room. I was checking up on the kids, asking them if they liked the food, handing out the plushies, and answering questions about why I looked so funny. For like 10 minutes before they so much as moved. Then it was all, "You're safe. This is Star Status ship. We heard your squawker, so of course we came. No, I'm not a toddler. I'm just very short. No, we didn't see the pirates. No, we don't know what happened." Then the boy talked. He talked about getting ripped out of hyperspace, and their ship being bombarded with lasers to deplete their battle screens before being harpooned and forcibly docked by a pirate ship for boarding. Their captain had offered to surrender the cargo, but these pirates were apparently death cultists looking to capture sacrifices to some great old one, or some such crap. There's a chance they're still alive. He was insistent about that. Then he started weeping. He said that he had hoped his little sister had gotten to the other set of escape pods, but he knew that we wouldn't have left her. So he fought his hardest to protect the kids and started to apologize for not saving them all. It wasn't easy to convince him that I knew what he was going through. It wasn't easy to tell him that he can still be strong like my brothers are. Dear Diary, I'm not good at shooting. I know it's not like you can just be good at something after practicing for a couple days, but it feels like my progress is slowed compared to Wex. But like he's stronger than me, so maybe that has something to do with it. Anyway, my grouping isn't very close together, but at least I mostly hit the targets now, even when they move. Grig is talking about getting us fitted for vacuum armor. Already we are drilling to get into vac suits when battle stations are called. At first I thought I was paranoid, but now I'm making sure that there are spare baby pods in every room. The second run on Stuffy Sneakies looked way better than the first ones, and the error rate is pretty low. Or at least it's projected to be low. We'll run off a couple hundred and see how many quality control knocks out, to see if we have to adjust it correctly. Which was convenient because I wanted the orphans to get the best-looking sneakies. I finally learned why Greg has his diary. It's, well, it makes sense. I still want to cry when I think about it, but I tell myself that it's good that he's working to heal and cope. It was when we were in the infirmary, and the two bigs woke up. What? Where? The older boy started. What is that? They call me Sneaky. You can talk? Of course I can. Why wouldn't I be able to? But you don't sound translated. Oh, I don't have an implant. It's a long story. But the short version is my job had some special rules. Oh, the girl said. But she looked more confused, not less. While the other kids just rolled their eyes since they'd integrated other crewmates for the answers yesterday. Like I said, it's a long story, and honestly it's not very fun to tell. I see, said the boy. But what are you doing here? I am Master at Arms on the Among the Startides We Sing. I went a little viral a few days ago. Again, I interjected. He's the one from the Because I'm Short. They recognized him then, and Greg just looked chagrined as he said, Anyway, I'm also the kids' coach, and, well, it seems like coming here cheers up the other kids. Well, you're cute, the girl who looked just a little older than Yoiv called out. Without missing a beat, Greg said, Slanderous lies, which elicited a round of giggling, and our two teenagers even cracked a smile. So your questions. As you have probably gathered, you're on the Star Sailor ship. We heard your squawker. We came for you. Wait, aren't you like a toddler? No, like the meme says. I'm just short. Don't worry, I'm also roguishly handsome. Sorry. I don't worry about it. You're probably thirsty. Let's get you some water. What about the cultists? Haven't seen anything except your pod. Then you don't know? Nope. So far as we're concerned, there is a bunch of pirates running around on stolen time in need of being relieved of their last breaths. You don't understand, the boy said. They're not just pirates. They're cultists, worshippers of the great old ones, the Lady of Suffering. They lay ambushes to murder ships and steal her families, to sacrifice them in awful rituals. And it's not just killing. They torture people to death, to make them suffer for their lady. I fought. My sister, my little sister was fighting too, to get to the other pods. Sailors wouldn't just leave an escape pod in the Great Dark, so that means I should have fought harder. Stop. Believe me, going down that path leads nowhere good. What do you know? You don't know what it's like to have everything ripped away with no good reason. I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't the saddest smile I've ever seen across Gregory's face. He said, You call them consumptives. We call them grubs. I'm sorry. A ship? Planet. So listen, when I tell you that you did great, I'm serious. A man grown would scarcely have done better. And it's down to terrible chance of being against you that you couldn't save more. You did what had to be done, because you were there, and you had the heart to fight. I know that you can't help from feeling like it's not enough, that you're drawn to a dark place by it. I was in that place for a long time, sometimes in that place now, and I'm sorry that that's never going to go away. You can cope, though." He held up one of the journals he brought along. "One of the first tools my therapist gave me was a sanity journal. Well, we weren't supposed to call it that, but we were military men, and telling us not to call them something a sanity journal is a great way to ensure that we do it. Anyway, for me it's helpful to recall the events of the day and my thoughts on them so it doesn't get all jumbled and mixed up. Other guys wrote little stories, some even wrote poems. The important thing is to get your thoughts and feelings outside your head so that you can look them over, examine them, decide what to keep. Nobody's going to make you write in them, and nobody will read them unless you ask them to, only what you want them to. That's an important part of it. It's yours, and you decide how it's used." "Oh, stars. I kind of thought it was like this diary. Something he just did because he wanted to. It's a good thing. Scars mean he isn't dead." Log 6,001.1.13. Personal, Captain Yormdraw. I have very little to record on the day's events, save that I know where the pirate trap is, and that they might be torturing some of my people even now. Gregory informed me that the landers are eager to put a stop to these activities. My sails are set into the gale. I've weighed anchor, and we will be yanked into real space just in under a day. We sing a dirge for the Let Us Sail from Joy to Joy. The war song is just behind it. A scrap of paper that somehow wound up included. The wee sing prepares to fight. My daughter is losing innocence, right? My son, plucked from the darkest night, fears the loss of what he's made good and right. Husbands' hearts burn like fire. O stars, do not use such for his pyre, though evil looks upon him with ire. Let his strength never tire. End of chapter. I would just like to thank the T5 supporters: Bushmaster 117, Casper Arnholtz, Dragzoon W.R.E, Elijah Silvercross, Gray, Jon Carrington, and Sevaren Serberous. Thank you very much.